Welcome to the 226 FBC Boerne NextGen Podcast, where we want to have candid conversations and offer practical tools for those raising the next generation. We believe that parents are called by God to be the primary disciple makers in their kids' lives, and we know that can be a daunting task. The 226 Podcast aims to help you by providing biblical insights and gospel-centered resources that will help you raise the next generation living in your home to know, love, and walk with Christ. Let's jump into this week's 226. Well, what's up, everybody? This is Pastor Daniel coming to you on the NextGen Podcast for FBC Boerne, and we are excited to be with you, and I have a room full today. I've got the entire NextGen team here, and I want you to meet them right here on episode 1. So, Garrett, take it away.
You kind of stole my thunder. Can I ask what my name was or no? So Garrett, youth pastor here at FBC, been here for 4.5 years now, crazy enough. And so started as the associate and then rolled over to main youth guy. And it's been great. We love it here. Enjoy it. So
I'm Andrea Ribel. I'm the associate youth minister, new to that role.
New title.
Yeah, very new. I've been here at the church since 1998. Got married here, served in lots of different aspects, MOPS.
Garrett, were you born yet?
I wasn't going to say it. Probably not. All December of 98.
Just wanted to throw that out there.
He did, not me.
Yeah. Went through lots of different ministry roles. Have moved on into youth ministry as admin for a while, and then admin for children's and youth for a while, but now back into just youth.
For anybody who's listening, she is who we call the glue that keeps everything together and functioning. So that is also her role. We just she doesn't say that part, but just know that.
Okay. Right. But yeah, I'm excited about the new role. I love working with students. I have students still of my own, but the relationship part with the girls has been really special over the last couple of years, and I look forward to developing that even more.
That's right. Love having you on the team.
Great. Well, I'm Teresa, and I'm the kids minister here. I've been here almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in December. Can you believe it?
Time flies.
I know. I've been many characters for VBS I never imagined in all my life. So, I...
You look good in a tutu, Teresa.
I do. I really think that the Nemo costume was probably my jive. I really think, because there's no tutu involved. But I love kids ministry just because I grew up in an unchurched home, and I didn't know Jesus loved me, and I just decided God called me to make sure every kid I ever met or knew would find out about this God who made them and loves them, and that he wants to be their forever friends. So I love it. The more kids, the better.
That's incredible. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm Stacy. I have been on staff here for 16 years, and I am the comedic relief.
Putting it lightly.
She's the personality hire.
That's exactly it. I'm the personality hire, but I also do kids and events. Kids ministry is my favorite. Watching a kid get that Jesus loves them is the best thing you'll ever see in your life. And we want to partner and go with parents to see that happening.
That's awesome. I just realized I think I forgot to mention my why in youth ministry, so circle back to that. So sorry. Literally the first one already screwed it up. So,
Already off script, and it's our first episode.
Yeah, it took us 5 minutes, not even that. So I really felt called to youth ministry because that's where the Lord reached me, and I just know that those teenage years of a person's life are so formative. I think the statistics show some insane number, like 90% or something, come to faith before the age of 18. And I really think that's even backed up to before they get their car keys. And so the fact that, you could play such an important role in someone's life and spiritual journey and walk with the Lord, just the idea of that legacy you can leave in a student's life is really what kind of motivates me for student ministry. And it's just fun, and students are fun. It's a great time to get to do life with them, and they give me energy, and I think I'm just as spiritually challenged by them sometimes as other way around, to see a young person living out their faith in a world that is very difficult to do that, in an environment that's very difficult to do that, public school, even private school sometimes. And so it's wonderful. We love it.
That's awesome.
Exactly how long have you been out of youth ministry yourself?
I'm 25, so 7 years. 7 years. And 5 of that has been doing youth ministry too. So
Okay.
Yeah.
He's an old man in
actually
youth
old.
ministry.
He's
years
He's a dad with 2 kids.
I
He's an
am.
old
I got
man.
2 kids. I feel old. I wake up at 6 a.m. now without an alarm, and it's kind of sad.
Like
It's
he
really
already
sad.
does. He already does the old man grunt when he stands up. So
That's been going on. Yeah, that's
That
that's
might
very
be the
accurate.
weightlifting, but I don't know.
Yeah, there's other things that have contributed to that.
All right. Well, guys, just I didn't introduce myself. I pitched it on. Daniel, I been in ministry since 1998.
I wasn't alive, just for everybody listening.
So just a reminder of Garrett's age here. That's going to be a theme on the podcast, I would imagine. But God called me into ministry as a junior in high school. And since 98, I believe I have probably been doing some form of youth, children's, or family ministry. Like I've never gotten out of it. Like that has been a passion of mine. I'm the discipleship pastor here at FBC. And so one of my favorite parts of that role is getting to work with this team that you are talking to now and watching God use them to impact families with the message of the gospel. So we're excited to do this, and we're excited just to each and every week invest in your children, your teenagers, and hopefully in your family to help you. And so today, what we want to do is introduce something that we're incredibly excited about. If you attend here at FBC Boerne and you were here back in mid-August, we had a discipleship Sunday where our NextGen ministry rolled out something we are calling a roadmap. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit today, introduce it to you, and then over the next several episodes, we're going to unpack it stage by stage of this roadmap. But what I want to do today is just give you a high-level view of why we did it, what it's for, what the goals are, and what you can be looking forward to using this as a family. So what I'm going to do is pitch it to the team and let them just share with you why they're excited about this. We have literally spent about 18 months working on this roadmap. And so a lot of time has gone into it, a lot of intentionality. And so we are excited to begin now rolling it out. And so team, start talking to us about why you're excited for our NextGen roadmap.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll start. I think it's so important, and I talked earlier about it being a hard time for students to live out their faith. I think just as much, if not more so, and we probably all agree with this, it's a hard time to raise kids. I have a 2-year-old, and I feel that. And so I think as well, and this is something I've grown in since I've been here at FBC, and I've had great leadership to kind of give me this. Daniel, you've spoken this to me a lot, and I've kind of learned from you. That as a youth minister, as a kids minister, like our role is not only to minister to the child, because realistically we only get so many hours a week with them, but the primary role of discipleship actually falls on the parent. And so if you really want effective, lasting ministry, we have to equip you guys as well. And so there's a lot of wisdom in this room that has gone into this roadmap. Daniel, Teresa, Stacy, Andrea, that have raised kids for a long time, or they've been ministry for a long time, and it's just to be able to pour some of that into this, to say, okay, what does it look like from birth to 18 years old to raise up a kid in the way of the Lord? In fact, as we were starting this, it kind of brought scripture to mind, Proverbs 22:6, right? Start children off on the way they should go, and even when they're old, they will not turn from it. And that's really just the heart behind this roadmap, is that discipleship doesn't start when they get to kids ministry, or it doesn't start when they turn 18. Like discipleship starts from day one. And what does that look like? So I think it's a really cool tool. I'm excited about it personally, selfishly, because I've got 2 littles, and I've started to feel that weight of like, oh man, like I'm going to stand before the Lord one day, and I'm going to be accountable for how I stewarded these 2 beautiful little children. And man, I want to do that well. And we want to help you guys as parents do that well.
It's good.
Yeah, coming to be a parent within, the last month of a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old.
Big changes for Stacy.
That's a whole other podcast right there.
That's a whole other podcast. But having tools to help me along the way, it is a giant weight. Every day I wake up and go, okay, what do I need to do today to show them that God loves them? He cares about them. He wants to be their forever friend. And so this kind of helps you every day through the years, look at something that'll help you go back to the Bible, do Bible studies with your kids. There's all kinds of ideas throughout this, and they're just amazing for the family.
I think, too, having a roadmap for you and for us helps us not just fill a calendar, because our students and youth and children have full calendars. Like, we're all busy with school stuff, activities, all the things that we think are fun and all the things. But this gives us a way to go, we're going to intentionally pour into your students, intentional ways through all the generations that they're here. And not just go, we're just going to throw all these events at you, and then go, how do we also then plug you back into, how do you discuss that at home? Like, let's go back and how does that help you?
Yeah, because I mean, the reality is you've only got so much time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
936 weeks.
936.
It goes by really fast.
That's right. That's how many weeks you have from birth to high school graduation, 18 years old. You've got 936 weeks. We are only going to get about 40 hours a year at church with your child. But you are going to have thousands of waking hours with your child in your home. So how are you using those? And for us, we want to use our 40 as intentionally as we can. So the roadmap keeps us accountable to make sure we're providing the right things for you. But then we're also helping you make the most of those hours that you have. So I love that, Andrea. That's good.
Yeah, and a terrifying statistic about that? I think I saw somewhere, I probably shouldn't have shared this at a senior recognition. I was not very popular in the room that day, but about 90% of your in-person time with your child is done by the time they graduate high school and go to college.
Yeah, I heard that.
I can agree with that. I have 3 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
You shared that when my daughter was graduating, so
Sorry.
I appreciate it.
He did not fire me. I'm still here, guys, so it didn't hurt his feelings that bad, thankfully. But timing on that statistic is important.
It is. And I think for us, there's lots of fun stuff we can do. We love kids. Stacy and I could hang out with kids all day long. But we want to be intentional, like Andrea said. We're deciding what curriculums we're choosing, what Bible stories we're telling, because at that particular age, we know this is a time when they need to know this based on how their brains process information to what's going on in the world around them. And I don't know if you guys watch the news. I really don't. But I know what's going on in the world, and they need to be equipped to be able to know what they believe and how do they behave if they believe that. What do they think, act, and do, if they do that. So we're trying to help set that stage for you. And as parents, since mine are 20-year-olds, you need to be intentional about your time, because you have way more time than us, but you have lots more things to do than we do when we have them for an hour. So we want to be able to provide tools to help you make good choices about how you spend your time and what you do with them. So, and we're here for you. We want to partner with you. That's why we do what we do. Every person at this table believes in the family and loves Jesus, and we want to walk alongside with you.
That's really good. And so the words I'm hearing as we talk, it's a plan, it's strategic, there's an intentionality to it, it's an investment, it equips you as parents. The thing I love is that it gives you a reason to attach to the events that we do, the programming that we have at church. When your kids come to those things, the roadmap helps you connect. What are they doing and why are they doing that? And then how do I leverage that at home? And so this is going to be a great tool for us to use, for you to use, and for us to just strengthen the relationship between the church and the home. One of my greatest influences, I think, in youth ministry very early on was a guy named Reggie Joyner. And he started a ministry that was called Orange. And I don't just like it because it is the beautiful color of the Tennessee Volunteers. Go Vols. But it is because he said you've got red represents the home, the love of the family, yellow representing the light of the gospel and the church. And he says when you combine those two greatest influences in the life of a child, they can together make a greater impact than they can separately. So the roadmap, in my mind, is that bridge that brings those two things together and allows us to work together to just help you raise up children that know and love Jesus and are ready to step into the world when we get to that very last stage of the roadmap, that launch stage. So that's what we're working toward for each stage along the way, from birth and blessing to launch. We want to be with you every step of the way as a NextGen ministry. And so we're excited to do that. And so, like I said, over the next several weeks, we are going to come to you with episodes unpacking each and every stage. So what you need to do is get a copy of the roadmap if you don't have one. And so you can pick one up here at FBC Boerne if you are here with us in person on a Sunday or on a Wednesday. But also you can go to our website, fbcboerne.org, and you can go to either the children's page or the youth page, and there will be a link for you to download the roadmap so you can see this thing that we're going to be talking about. And in the weeks ahead, we'll also be adding other resources that we recommend that you check out. So stay tuned. But we're thankful that you joined us here today for this episode. Have a great day. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Hey, we hope you enjoyed this week's episode of the 226 podcast. If you would like more information or additional resources, check us out at fbcboerne.org or jump on one of our social media sites where you will find other resources and tools aimed to help you with gospel-centered resources and biblical insights as you raise the next generation living in your home to know, love, and walk with Christ. We'll see you next week.